Are smartphones bad for the mental health of young people? This is a question that many are asking in our digital world. Smartphones are everywhere, especially with young people. They're not just for talking, they're a link to a world of information, fun, and socializing. But as smartphones become more common, so do questions about their effect on mental health. From morning to night, these devices are close at hand, and our young people are no exception. They've always lived in a world with them. While smartphones have many good points, like quick access to knowledge and the chance to chat with people all over the world, there are growing worries about their possible bad effects on the mental health of our youngsters. So are these worries real? Let's look closely at the facts and research that can help us understand this issue. Let's focus on what research says about how smartphones affect the mental health of young people. Many studies have found a link between too much smartphone use and mental health problems in young people, like worry, sadness, and problems sleeping. For example, a study in the Journal of Adolescent Health found that teenagers who used their devices for 5 or more hours a day were 41% more likely to think about suicide or plan for suicide than those who used their devices for only an hour a day. Another study from the University of California, Los Angeles, found that teens who spent more time on smartphones and less time talking to people face-to-face seemed sadder. This study also found that these teenagers were more likely to sleep less than 7 hours each night, which is less than they should be sleeping. Also, a study by the Pew Research Center shows that 59% of U.S. teens have been picked on or bothered online. This online bullying, often happening through smartphones, has been linked to higher levels of worry and sadness among teenagers. Social media plays a big part in this. Apps like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, which are mainly used on smartphones, often show a twisted reality that can make young users feel bad about themselves. This can make mental health problems even worse. But it's important to remember that these studies show a link, not a cause. This means that while there's a connection between smartphone use and mental health problems, one does not necessarily cause the other. For example, it's possible that young people who are already dealing with mental health problems are more likely to use their smartphones a lot. The link between smartphone use and mental health is indeed hard to understand and has many sides, and it's a subject that needs more research. It's also vital to remember that smartphones are not bad by nature. They can be used for learning, being creative, and staying in touch with others if used wisely and responsibly. While these studies show a link, they don't necessarily mean one causes the other. The link between smartphone use and mental health is hard to understand and has many sides. But there are also studies that show a different view. It's important to remember that, like most things in life, not doing too much is key. Some research suggests that not too much smartphone use doesn't necessarily hurt, and can even help mental health. The argument here is that smartphones can provide a platform for social support, a lifeline to a world of helpful resources, and a canvas for self-expression. Consider this. When used responsibly, these pocket-sized computers can connect us to friends and family, giving us a sense of belonging, which is essential for mental well-being. They can provide access to a whole lot of mental health resources, from informative websites to therapeutic apps. They can also act as a creative outlet, allowing us to share our thoughts, ideas, and feelings, which can be cathartic and beneficial for mental health. So, the picture is more complex than it might first seem. So, what can we conclude from all this information? Well, it's clear that the question of smartphones and their impact on youth mental health is not simple. We've looked at the concerns, examined studies that indicate a link between smartphone use and mental health problems, such as depression and anxiety. Yet we've also explored research that outlines the benefits, including increased connectivity and access to helpful resources. The relationship between smartphones and mental health is complex. It's influenced by many factors, such as the amount and nature of use, the individual's personality, and their social environment. It's important for parents to promote balanced and mindful smartphone use. Encourage your children to use their devices as tools for learning and connecting, but also remind them of the importance of face-to-face interactions and offline activities. In the end, it's not about saying smartphones are bad, but about using them wisely and responsibly. Remember, balance is the key.